COVID-19 subcommittee urges extra vigilance on Omicron. D.Y. Vichya, chairman of the Subcommittee on Emergency Response and Search for COVID-19, has urged all citizens to be extra vigilant against the new Omicron virus that is rapidly spreading in Cambodia. OpenNet's license suspended but internet and Wi-Fi services unaffected. Responding to the concerns of troubled ISP OpenNet's customers, the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications says that the ministry has ordered the company to stop selling services to new customers, but that internet services, including Wi-Fi services, of current customers will not be affected. 24 more former Nogaworld protesters diagnosed with COVID. From February 19 to 20, 2022, the results of samples of 24 more Nogaworld protesters were found to be positive for COVID-19, while some involved have not submitted themselves for the second test. Khmer, I again appeal to all to increase high alertness on Omicron. In a message today, the Prime Minister's son, Khmer, called on Cambodians to increase their vigilance and continue to implement health measures as the number of cases of COVID-19 is increasing day by day. ASEAN COVID-19 Table, the 21st of February 2022. ASEAN as a whole has reported more than 19 million COVID-19 cases. Of this, more than 1.71 million are active cases as of February 21st. As vaccination of children aged 3 and 4 is set to begin, more proactive measures needed for Cambodia to achieve vaccination targets. After a blistering start where after 1 million people were vaccinated in a week in June and July, the response to the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination campaign, although still impressive and among the top nations in the vaccinated grouping, has slackened significantly in several areas. Cambodian migrant workers fast-tracked into 4 provinces, Sai Saket, Surin, Sakeu and Trat to tackle labor shortage. The government will import Cambodian and Myanmar migrant workers to 8 Thai provinces under an agreement to tackle illegal trafficking and a labor shortage estimated at 800,000 workers. WWF saddened by death of last dolphin in pool near Cambodia. The WWF has expressed regret over the death of the last known river dolphin in the transboundary pool in the Mekong between Laos and Cambodia. Cambodia's support for Cuba remains strong. The Parliamentary Group of Friendship with Cuba of the National Assembly of Cambodia has reiterated the rejection of this country to the blockade and the hostile policy of the government of the United States against the island. Cambodia warns of 4-digit numbers of daily COVID-19 infections. A Cambodia's health spokesperson has warned of 4-figure numbers of daily COVID-19 cases, urging people to adhere to health protocols. Omnious Day, Cambodia sees first Omicron deaths on anniversary of February 20th event. February 20th is turning out to be an ominous day for Cambodia with the first 2 cases of deaths from Omicron reported yesterday, exactly a year after the start of the devastating community event. Foreign Affairs Ministry rejects report on Korean spies' activities. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has rejected the report that a North Korean spy ran businesses in Cambodia as late as mid-2020. Metphone marks 13 years in Cambodia with refined mission to create a connected digital society in the country. Metphone today marked its 13 years in the Cambodian market with the launch of its refined mission to create a connected digital society in Cambodia. Ministry of Health issues additional guidelines on strengthening the implementation of health measures to combat and prevent spread of Omicron. The detailed 3-page document lays out guidelines for the treatment of those diagnosed with Omicron, of which there were 736 new cases reported yesterday, as well as guidelines to try and prevent the further spread of the virus in the community by limiting large gatherings. Experts weigh in on ASEAN Special Envoy's peace mission. As the ASEAN Special Envoy from Cambodia is getting ready for his peace-finding mission in Myanmar, experts in international relations and conflict resolutions showed mixed reviews of his trip to the Southeast Asian country torn by civil conflict. CPP to register 28,257 candidates in 1,652 communes across the country. CPP is set to register 28,257 candidates in 1,652 communes across the country, while some former commune councillors of CNRP who defected to the CPP have lost their chance to stand for election. Parents react to announcement of vaccine campaign for 3 to 5-year-olds. to fight against the Omicron variant, which is currently circulating in the kingdom, has caused hundreds of cases in young children below 5 years old. Dissatisfied Khmers in U.S. protest Rains's arrival. Close to 100 United States Khmer residents in Jacksonville, Florida yesterday gathered to protest former opposition leader Sam Rains's presence. The protesters raised banners declaring that Rainsy and his party are a group of liars and immoral. Cambodia and Thailand commit to fight cross-border crime. Thailand has agreed with Cambodian authorities to stop illegal Cambodian workers crossing the border into Thailand. Sihanouk authorities confirm vampire-like case. Sihanouk provincial authorities yesterday confirmed that a Chinese national had claimed to have been drugged and transported from Vietnam to Cambodia and forced by vampire criminals into giving blood believed to be for sale by his captors. Navy warns tycoon to stop spreading fake news. The conflict over the issue of land between the Royal Cambodian Navy and tycoon Te Tangpo is getting more intense, with the Navy issuing a statement yesterday demanding that the tycoon stop spreading more fake news. Woman in court for $100,000 CBT. Municipal police yesterday sent a Cambodian woman accountant to Phnom Penh Municipal Court for questioning over alleged breach of trust involving more than $100,000 at a South Korean company. Post Ministry launches MPTC speed test for Internet users. The Ministry of Post and Telecommunication has assured to protect the rights and confidentiality of all consumers using telecommunication services while focusing to improve transparency and data security of those, especially using Internet device. Cameras capture 9 rare wild animals in Cardamom Mountains. A wildlife tracking project has proved that a number of rare wild animals still exist in the kingdom's Cardamom Mountains, described by an activist as the outcome of the decline in poaching. Real estate company owner charged over $100,000 dud check. A real estate company owner was charged in the Phnom Penh Municipal Court on Saturday for issuing a dud check for $100,000 to a moneylender to settle his debt. New environmental report offers solutions for triple planetary crisis. Deadly wildfires, noise pollution and other looming environmental threats could cause widespread ecological damage, and need to be urgently addressed, the UN Environment Programme, UNEP, said in a new report published on February 17. Project to protect civil society, media and human rights defenders. The United Nations country team in Cambodia has launched a project aimed at bolstering the protection of civil society, media and human rights defenders about the country's shrinking civic space. Interior Minister declares crackdown on flooded forest grabs in Bang Province. Interior Minister Sar Keng on Saturday urged Battambang provincial authorities to prevent the encroachment of flooded forest land along in the Tunnel Sap Lake in Mong Rusi, Sankey, Ek Phnom and Thmar Kul districts.